Hello, welcome to DK Boljat. I am so glad you're here. I'm going to start a new painting. I was working on a Star Magnolia, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm kind of cleansing my palette and starting a new one. This is a canvas panel, and the difference between this and a canvas is that it's canvas put over a cardboard. And I don't know if they treat it underneath to make it acid free. I don't know. I just know that it's not as fragile as a regular canvas. And today I'm going to do a picture that doesn't have your typical sky in it. It's got light in it, but not the sky. So there's light coming through the trees in this picture. But to start with, I'm going to do the background with white, and then I'm going to put in some of the trees that I see. So I'm crisscrossing across, and it doesn't have to be perfect X's all the way across, just crisscrossing. And I'm using, this is gesso. I like Liquitex, and I make sure not to put my brush in there because it can infect this with something, or make it go bad, and I don't want that to happen. So maybe not infect it. And typically I have it right there, but I've used it all of it up, and I'm gonna keep going right here with gesso until I get it covered, completely covered. I do not need to wait for this gesso to dry. There's plenty of artists that use gesso as their white, so it's not gonna hurt anything if I end up using this as my white, but I wasn't intending on doing that. But today I'm going to paint a little bit of the trees in here, and I want them to kind of blend into the background anyway, so it will go with that, meaning this is gonna work just fine. It'll all work out. And I've pretty much used all of it up. I need to make sure there's no brush strokes, no hairs, no brush hairs, nothing else stuck in the gesso, and then I can continue. And I pretty much got them out. And if you find something like a hair to get it out, you can poke it. So take your brush and poke at it if you've got a hair in there, like so, and it should pick it right up and you can take it off. You just poke it. Okay, so I think this is covered pretty well with gesso. Yeah, almost there. And since I'm going to be blending a little bit, I don't want to rinse this off. I'm just going to set it down. I need to make sure it doesn't dry. And I'm going to start with the first color green. So I've got a few greens on here, and they are different colors of green. You don't have to use specific ones. You can see this one has more yellow, and it's sort of an olive green. What is it called? It is called olive green. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's that one right there. And then I've got all sorts of colors here. So anyway, white and different colors of green. This is sap green right here, and it's pretty dark. So I'm gonna start putting in what I see in the picture. And I'm gonna use, what is this one called? It is a Spectrum 3000 LKF, but it's square on the end, and it's got pretty firm bristles. I'm also gonna use a fine tip brush. And that would just be a round that's smaller. Or you could use a liner, which a liner might be more fun. I think I would prefer a liner. Let's see if I can find one. This is a pretty big liner. We'll see if we can get it to behave. There we go. And I'm gonna start putting in the green that's in the background. So there's definitely a darker green, so sort of sap. Let me see if we can get that to move. We'll put some water with it. Yeah, and it's just where it's behind my main subject, which is going to be pretty much in this, not exactly in the center, like a little bit over. So I'm just going to put a line there, and that's going to be a tree off in the background. Or, you know, the darkness of a tree, just a darker green. And I have brown, but I didn't dish any yet, so I'm not concerned about that yet, because I need to do the background first before I put the brown. Putting in some more suggestions of trees in the background. we don't want the background to be really sharp. We want it to be blurry, more just suggestions of it. Cool part of that about doing this kind of a painting is you're not going to do anything wrong. Your background's going to look a lot different than mine, and that's great. We're not trying to perfectly match each other. You can see some green just in the background here. I'm going to get to the point where I need to start blending it, and I will do that. Probably add brown in the next video because I'll dish it up before I go on here. Okay, so I'm going to slow down and I'm going to start blending it, and it's going to pick up the white in the background. So I'm just pulling a dry brush through here. I didn't even put water on it, just for funsies. There we go. I'm gonna get these guys to move just a little bit, and I might just do them again. Round 2. And there may be many rounds. There's nothing wrong with that. Take off most of the paint. I'm just wiping it onto the tablecloth, and I'm just going to start blending a little bit. I don't want the whole thing to disappear, which it's kind of doing. I don't really want it to disappear. I just come in here and blend it a little bit. Yep. I'm starting out sort of slow, and that's okay. I'm not too concerned about time limit. I'm enjoying the process, which is the main thing you want to do, is enjoy the process. Got those to blend pretty good. And in this painting, there's not going to be any blue sky. It's going to be just light. You'll see the light coming through the trees in the background, or the suggestion of trees or plants, you know. Forest. There we go. Through the forest. The light coming through the forest. There we go. So the gesso is still wet and it's picking up a lot of the green. I'm gonna grab some more green. And again, going right back to where I was to start with. And I will end up painting oil over these when I'm done painting them in acrylic. For now, I'm gonna get some of that color in of the background. I'm so glad you joined me today for the start of this painting. It's going to be called A Deer in Spring. That's what it's going to be called. And I don't think you can tell at this point that that's what that is, but it will be. I hope you come back for the next video. Like I said, this one was to kind of cleanse my palette from the Star Magnolia, which I've been painting a lot of, so, which I will come back to. It's in the other room drying. This is acrylic, and I showed you the colors. So I'm just gonna blend in some of the background colors here, and then I'm gonna call her quits for today. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for stopping in, and please subscribe to DK Boljat. And I think last time I looked, I was at 375. Woohoo! That's great. I'm hoping to at some point monetize, or try to anyway. I hear that you can, so that would be great as a supplemental business income. It would just support me painting more. So I hope you like and subscribe to this video, to my channel. Thank you to DK Boljat. It's hard to think and paint at the same time, but because your brain kind of checks out. So yeah, please subscribe to DK Boljat. Thank you for popping in, and I hope that you will come back and watch the next video of this deer in spring. All right, I will see you next time, and God bless you. Talk to you later.